The lights are shining brightly at Las Vegas Convention Center for the world's largest annual commercial and architectural lighting trade show and conference, sponsored by the International Association of Lighting Designers and the Illuminating Engineering Society. This is supposed to be the largest such trade show that this group has ever had in 23 years, although final attendance statistics won't be issued until later. This is an exciting show. Let's take a look. Well, this is smart. This is the first time I've seen tables and chairs in the middle of the central hall aisle. It's lunchtime, so folks either want to sit and take a load off or sit and have lunch. And it's always been tough to find a place to sit at lunchtime at the convention center, so this was a good idea. This is Steve Williams at the Toshiba booth. He came to the lighting business from the electric utility world, something I'm familiar with. And tell me what's changed in the lighting business in the last 10 years, say.
Well, we see a movement from the traditional high-intensity discharge lighting, high-pressure sodium, that's kind of the orange light that we've seen around forever and ever. That's evolving to lights from LEDs. And the reason that we're evolving to those LED lights is you get at least a 60% energy savings, but perhaps the biggest feature on that is you get 10 to 12 years of life with zero maintenance. So that represents a tremendous savings for cities and areas where it's very expensive to run a bucket truck and 2 men out to replace a light bulb. And for citizens, you get a better quality of light. You get a white light that allows you to see colors a lot better. It also gives you the ability, you're not going to have as many lights out, because with that kind of light, it's essentially a permanent light, you're not going to see as many lights out in town. It'll be a safer environment.
So what are you talking about here in your exhibit? These look like funny-looking street lights.
Exactly. In fact, probably the most common comment that we get on these street lights is the Star Trek Enterprise. And the reason for that is its thermal management. That's the main thing that you have to manage with LEDs, and the way that it's different from other lights is that it emits heat out the back of the LED, not out the front where the actual light comes out. So the way that fixtures are designed has to be totally different. With our fixture, we thermally separated the power supply, which is the upper part of the unit, from the LED array, so that there's air separation between the two. In addition, one of the unique features of our light is we have 4 redundant light sensors at the top. It measures the amount of ambient light. At the beginning of the night, you don't need the full brightness of the light. As it gets darker and darker, the light gets brighter and brighter. So that gives you some energy efficiency saving at the beginning of the night and at the ending of the night.
Are there any cities that are using Toshiba streetlights?
There are. There's a number of smaller cities. Our biggest installation today is in process right now. It's the city of San Antonio, Texas. They're deploying 25,000 LED lights throughout the city to replace the 250 high-pressure sodium.
Wow. Thank you. I needed that explanation, and our audience did too. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
My husband was always telling me to turn off lights, and so we have a number of lights that come on only when I go into the room. But here's what the professionals call it: occupancy sensing solutions. The folks at Watt Stopper have these products for sale: universal dimming room controller, ultrasonic ceiling mount occupancy sensors, passive infrared wall switch occupancy sensors, wall switch, etc., etc., etc. I wondered what the horse was doing at the light show, but then there's a sign inside this particular exhibit that says Thorough LED, so I guess if you pronounced it, it would be Thorough LED. Similar to Thoroughbred, and that's why we have a horse. This fellow is part of the Next Wave Recessed Downlighting exhibit. This is the TCP booth. We're in Las Vegas, so they have a spinning wheel. And hopefully the gentleman will win. We'll see. A t-shirt. I'm in the Halco booth, and these tiny lights, tiny in the sense I'll put my glasses here so you can see how small they are. If you have what we used to call can lights in the ceiling, they used to be quite large. Now they can be small because the LED lights are small and they are dimmable. Halco also has a display of these lights, the old-fashioned lights that might be in the ceiling of something like the convention center, and then they have something new. Now in those overhead lights you will see high wattage, spiraled, compact fluorescent lights, and they're big ones. This is the MP lighting exhibit, and they have these very tiny lights shining on wine bottles. It's just, I don't know, somehow compelling, subtle, and lovely. We even have a bit of rock music at the lighting show, and a DJ, and sparkles. But this is Las Vegas. If you like bubbles, you can even have them in your living room. These are unusual. These are medallions that would surround recessed lighting. And what is also unusual is that these are designed and made in Russia. And they are for specific uses when folks really care that their recessed lighting is attractive. This unusual light is by Point Lighting Corporation. It is a heliport acquisition light helping people find the landing area for a heliport. I just had a long conversation with Barry Weinbaum of Loom Energy out of California, and these are folks who will go into a building, for example, and upgrade it and make it modern without necessarily ripping out all the fixtures that are already there. It's quite an operation. He said this show has been very good for them. Found new distributors, folks who are interested, etc. So he's happy to be here in Las Vegas. This is Decorative Light, and they're talking about decorations, decorative lights. This is Chris Madsen from Decorative, and this is one of the more attractive exhibits here, you can see. But your company does all the holiday lighting in Los Angeles, is that right?
Not all of them. We just work with malls, amusement parks, cities, municipalities, and they give us the opportunity to come in throughout California, where we do installation, removal, and storage services, as well as offer our product domestically and internationally. But in Los Angeles, we have a number of projects. We did a tree in Burbank, a major 40-foot tree there. We did do LA Live originally when back in 2008 with our Snowfall product. That was hung throughout the trees near Staples Center. We've done the Citadel. We've worked with a number of the casinos, including Commerce, Bicycle, as well as cities in the surrounding areas of LA County.
We're at Nora Lighting, and they have a fan here that you can see letters, well, a little while later. It starts to show letters, and I said, how is this done? And a man came over and turned off the fan, and there is a strip. You know, they're just two blades, and there's a strip of LED lights, and somehow when the fan operates, the lights operate and letters show up. It's darn clever. As we leave the lighting show, we pass by this wall of lights that are changing color and changing patterns all the time. Probably an ad to say, look what we can do in lighting these days. Well, it's a pretty impressive industry, I must say. The lighting show returns to Las Vegas in 2 years, and we'll see more change then.